Okay, the time is now 1 o'clock. This meeting is called to order. Roll call: Sandy BIRCH present, Bob REINHART,
Here.
Scott DELONG,
Here.
STACY ELPERS, here, Sandra HICKS. Let's please stand for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. It's not working?
It's working.
No, this, we have 2 people on, Zoom here. And I don't know. Why?
Hey, good afternoon, Stacey. Can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you and see you.
Okay, I can't see you.
Turning, how about,
Let's see. Oh, here we go. All right, gotcha now. Thank you.
perfect. How is everybody in Fort Branch today?
Good, thanks.
Good, good. Everybody enjoy their holidays?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, how about you?
Good, I did. Did a lot of traveling, but made it back in enough time.
Okay, so Parker, we're gonna go ahead and get started with the meeting. And
Okay.
then, we have you on early on, so, we'll talk to you in a few minutes, okay?
Okay, perfect.
Thanks. Okay, this meeting is being recorded, so anyone who speaks is given permission to be recorded and posted to our YouTube channel and the town website. Virtual participation is not monitored, so you can virtually watch the meeting, but if you need or want to speak, it must be in person. So the minutes from our November 26th public meeting and our December 1st executive session, do we have any additions or corrections to these?
No questions.
No questions.
I make a motion to approve.
A second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, claims, the December year-end docket from November 22nd through December 31st, the amount of $705,434.87. Do we have any questions about these?
No
Looks
questions.
good.
I make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, the November fund report is the amount of $6,080,850.22. If we don't have any questions about this, we need a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve.
A second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, sewer adjustments, the sewer adjustment request form amount of $1,030.57. We have 2 that don't have paperwork, and 1 that's not fixed.
They're waiting to fix it when they can afford it. They don't have the money to fix it currently, so, but they have it shut off.
Okay, I think I made a motion that we approve, with the exception of these 2 that we don't have paperwork yet, pending their paperwork. Once they have it, we'll go ahead and pay that.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, our December 25 adjustment report, for the amount of $1,091.70. Do we have any questions about this?
Looks good.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, do we have a water project update?
No.
I should have picked it up.
We do have Parker Bright. He is on the call with BSNA software. You guys said you needed more information last month concerning the Keystone change over to Keystone. So he's on the call, that's who we were just talking to. And, so Kyle, are you on the phone, on the call as well?
Sorry, Stacy, yes, I'm.
Okay, perfect. Kyle Wallace is on the phone as well, or on Zoom as well, and he is our IT guy for all of our computers. So, you wanna go ahead and start, Parker?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll go ahead and share my screen here. Oh, okay. So you guys have the PowerPoint in front of you, correct? It is not letting me share my screen, so I'll just kind of walk through it on my side and know that you guys have it in front of you.
I can do that. Let's see. That's not what I wanted.
Yeah, and you are sharing your screen. I think you'd have to go into the settings and change the settings to allow me to share, but I can go ahead and just move forward. Right, well, I just wanted to start by thanking you guys for allowing me to attend this council meeting today. I'm very appreciative of you guys having me here, so thank you for that. And as I go through this PowerPoint, this is just designed to give you guys a little bit of background information on who Voice Systems / BSNA is together, and the new software that we are bringing to market in Indiana. So moving away from the title slide and getting into BSA software and voice systems, the winning combination. This slide does a really good job of explaining who BSNA is and who voice is with BSNA. So together we serve almost 3,000 local government units. We are 100% local government focused. And before I get into that last stat there, I do want to talk about some of the similarities between BSNA and voice systems. Today, if Stacy is having some problems with the software, she will call in to our front desk, reach a real person. That person's name is Terry, and there are no automated phone systems, and ultimately we are a very support-focused board and try to always help to the highest level that we can. And BSNA really mirrors that level of detail and that attention as well. There is no automated phone systems. You are, if you're calling in to get some help, you are reaching real people. As I mentioned earlier, in Indiana, it's Terry that you get. Ironically, if you were to call up to BSNA in Michigan, you get Tara. So it's even funny on the level of people that we have in place when it comes to stuff like that. But because of BSNA's great support and our true customer care, in 40 years of business, they have lost 4 financial management customers. So we have a 99% customer retention rate when it comes to our financial management products. And moving away and on to the next slide, before I kind of dive into more of the support aspect with this, I do want to state, if you guys were to move forward with Voice Cloud, you would still be supported by Indiana Keystone folks. You would not be supported by people up north. So as I spoke about earlier, with our support, you're always going to speak to real people. We're striving for an average response time of 60 minutes or less. And then ultimately, we are trying to provide the highest quality customer care and a lightning fast resolution for you guys. Now moving over to the BSNA cloud benefits. So this is really the meat of the presentation and the why a cloud product it is something that you guys should be looking to move forward to. First and foremost, with Voice Cloud, it is hosted in Microsoft Azure. That is our backend database. And as I go through these benefits, I'm going to start from the top left, work my way across and down and over. So ease of access. So with Voice Cloud, as long as you have an internet connection and a device, you will be able to access the software from anywhere. You are no longer tied to an office with that server like it is set up today. Moving over to the security aspect, there's kind of multiple layers to this. First and foremost, when logging into the new cloud product, we are going to protect your login with multi-factor authentication. So if you want to do that through email, through text, apps like Duo Mobile or Microsoft Authenticator, that can certainly happen. And then even furthermore, moving to the cloud is going to give you extra security that you don't necessarily have today. So currently, your Keystone environment is sitting on a server in your office, and that means that your data is stored there locally. And if you were to have a bad actor try to send a link infected with ransomware or malware or whatever it may be, and someone in Stacy's office were to click on that, there is a possibility that they could get a hold of the data in that server and then make you pay a ransom to get it back. With the data being hosted in Microsoft and off-site, if you follow that same example of somebody clicking a bad link, since that data is no longer on-site, it cannot be reached by that bad actor. Any questions before I move on to the next one? Okay, moving over to disaster recovery. And like I said, with security, there's actually kind of multiple layers with this as well. So currently today in Keystone, if you have to back the system up, you have to back it up you got to kick everybody out of the system, you got to back it up on a flash drive, you're supposed to keep multiple copies, one on you, one in safe, blah, 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 blah. With the new cloud product, it will be automatically backed up every 15 minutes. And our support group will keep backups, daily backups, weekly backups, and quarterly backups as well. And for whatever reason, if you needed to load an older backup, you would just contact support and they could help you with that. But what I will say is 99% of the time when you come with that issue where you feel like you need to load a previous backup, the support group can actually help you without having to do a backup. And then even furthermore, with the disaster recovery, we do have 2 different data centers in the U.S. We've got one in Virginia, one in Arizona. If there were a natural disaster to happen at one of those sites or some sort of incident, it would only take us an hour or less to get you flipped over into another data site and back up and working. So moving down to the future-proof aspect of this. So just like we talked about with backups, updating the Keystone system is kind of the same way. It's a tedious task. You've got to kick everybody out. You've got to load the update, make sure you load everything correctly, and then you're good and go and up and running. With the cloud system, your instance will be updated twice a month. It happens over the weekend on a Saturday. You'll come in on Monday and you can look at everything that's been added. But not only is the system continually updated with your purchase of Voice Cloud, any new things that we add, like any new enhancements that we add, you automatically get. So a good example of that is we have an AI invoice tool that is currently in beta with 4 or 5 of our customers. And what that tool does is basically allows you to scan in invoices, AI reads them, gives you a confidence score, and we're able to fill out the invoices electronically in your system. When that product is generally released, it will be released to everyone on our cloud product at no extra charge. Moving over to reduced liability. So with this, there are going to be a couple of ways that moving to the cloud should give you some cost savings. One of those would be eliminating your server if Keystone is the only thing sitting on that server. I'm not quite sure if that is the case, but even if there are other programs on that server, it still should give you some more space back and, ease up the maintenance of that server. I will also say, if you move forward with Voice Cloud and you are in the cloud, if you guys have cybersecurity insurance, that cybersecurity insurance should be a little bit cheaper since you are removing some risk off-site. And then finally, one cool thing where we've seen that this should save you is in your audits. With the Voice Cloud system, you will be able to give your auditor view-only access to log in and check out what they need to in the system without actually having to be physically in your office. And then finally is the cohesion of the system. So today with Keystone, you have multiple different modules that they all require their own login and password, and everything's kind of separate. With the new cloud product, it is one single database. All of your products live under one shell. And because of that, we can actually achieve a much deeper level of integration than what you have today. So I know I threw a lot at you right there. Before I move into the next slide, are there any questions? Okay. All right, and then finally here, this slide does a really good job of understanding voice and BSNA together in Indiana. Between the two of us, we have 597 customers in the state, a 65% market share. And then ultimately, the reason I feel that this slide exists, Voice/Keystone has been a very strong presence in Indiana. And I include this slide to say that we are going to continue to be that local authority when it comes to the SBOA regulatory changes and the changes that we make in our software. So that's all I had for you guys. I'd like to go ahead and open it up and see if you guys have any questions or if there's anything I can help explain.
Will you tell, sorry,
Go ahead. No, go
will
ahead.
you tell them about the accessibility to the customers that the customers would have?
Absolutely. So a part of your proposal with Voice Cloud is an online payment portal for your customers to log in, view their account, look at all of their bills, look at all their previous bills. We can also include charts and graphs that will measure and show their consumption throughout the year. And then it'll also give you a multitude of different options to make a payment, whether you want to pay online in that portal. We've got an IVR for people to call in and make payments that way. There's a text to pay option where Stacy could push out a text to somebody that wants to make a payment on their phone. And then also we have the ability to actually send your bills out through email electronically where they could access the portal through that email as well.
Thanks, Parker. I think all the stuff that you mentioned with regards to having a cloud-based / web-based system, over a software-based system on a machine, it's all good stuff, table stake stuff that applies to multiple systems across multiple industries, particularly the world I come from. So all that said, though, are there any other synergies that you'd like to mention with regard to daily tasks that people who use the software will get? You just went through the payment stuff, which sounds really awesome. Are there any other synergies that make this software application doing it this way better, as opposed to all of the inherent cloud-based advantages?
Yeah, absolutely. And so I mentioned that AI invoice tool earlier. So by the time, if you guys were to decide to move forward and sign a contract with us, by the time we would have you installed, that would be a tool that would be available to you guys. And so Stacy could take a stack of 100 invoices and scan, all 100 of those in. The AI will read it, fill everything out for her, she can double check. And so, that would cut an AI invoice time in half, if not more. Because this is one unified platform, all of the data is continuously speaking back and forth. So, when she goes in to do for utility billing, and people are making payments, those are hitting in real time. So like she will actively be able to see when somebody has made a payment, whereas today, as you guys go through about it, you rack up a ton of payments and then they won't hit until the next day. So a lot of times you have people calling in, hey, I just made a payment, are you able to see that? In the way it sits today, you can't. You'll have to wait until tomorrow, call that person back and say, hey, yes, that payment did come through. Whereas with this, everything, since we are the payment processor, everything hits in real time. Some other advantages of that you're gonna see as well is because we own the payment processing and we own the rails, we are automatically hitting that person's bank account. So you aren't gonna have NSF fees like you do with Invoice Cloud because we will stop that payment from happening. As far as payroll goes, I believe that's a part of this proposal. With this, we provide a portal for your employees to log into. They can see all of their pay stubs, and even grab previous W-2s as well.
Okay, thank you.
I want to add, I spoke with Rebecca from Akron, and she stated, she's the clerk treasurer there, she's originally from Owensville. She called me and told me that it's the best money that their town has ever spent. There's less opportunity for errors as every program is integrated with each other. It streams everything. She said they don't print anything anymore. They don't print APVs. Everything's stored in a database. Their invoices are stored. Their APVs are stored. A copy of the check is stored. So it would be a savings of the paper that we have. She said the new bills have so much information on them that they no longer use those expensive postcards that they print on regular paper. And they also have the option to go paperless. If people give an email, their bill can be sent to them via email. So it has potential to be quite a bit of savings, even though it's going to cost a little more on the front side.
Thank you.
Kyle, are you on there? Do you want to add anything?
Yeah, I had a question for Parker. I've been supporting Keystone and Key Building, the 3 or 4 different parts of the application for for several years for some different organizations. My question is, I know we haven't really seen a lot of updates or anything at the Key Building system per se in my 15 years or so of supporting the system. Is there a end of life date that they're looking at to phase out the key fund portion altogether, or is it essentially going to be no more, part of the course, no advancements in feature sets or anything like that?
Yeah, so we have not released an end of life date yet. That end of life date is truly going to depend upon, how quick the state adopts this, and how fast others move forward. But yes, we aren't going to make any feature enhancements to Keystone, Key Payroll, Key Fund, Key Billing, any of that. We will still make regulatory changes. So if the SBOA mandates anything, we will be sure to make those changes in the Keystone system. But no feature enhancements. Sort of the time, as far as end of life goes, the timeline I like to give is Voice also has a schools software. And about 8 years ago, the schools got their cloud product and started selling it in the market. And they're just now to the point that they have about 25 CompControl users left. And they're beginning to start to talk about wrapping end of life language. That seems like a realistic timeline to me. But again, if more and more people start to adopt that throughout the state, that timeline may be shorter.
Okay, but this new system would replace the the 4 or 5 different sections of the programs that they run today, the key fund, switching over to key billing, switching over to, forgive me, I don't remember all the names of the different portions, but everything would be moved to one centralized portal where users wouldn't have to go in and out of different modules. Is that correct?
Correct, yep,
Okay. You said at this point, everything would be cloud-based for their key fund system, where we wouldn't require it to run on any resources that essentially to run on a localized server?
correct.
Okay. So we do have a couple other services that are running on our server. However, they can be migrated to other systems as well, to other solutions. We just haven't because there was always the thought that, well, we're gonna have to keep the server for supporting Keystone, so there was no real driving reason to make a change on that front. But I think we would realize some annual cost savings and not have to replace the server here in probably a year and a half or so, like we normally would if we decided to move in this direction.
Absolutely. In, Kyle, typically I've got a couple of different numbers that I have in my head. I've done this kind of presentation for Marion before, and the city of Marion typically spends $10,000 to $15,000 every 4 years replacing servers. Is that kind of what you would see typically?
I would say that's probably within the ballpark without knowing what pricing is going to be in, beginning of 2027, which is realistically when we really need to be talking about making a plan to replace the server. But yeah, I wouldn't say that's out of the realm of, kind of the ballpark area.
Okay.
All right, anybody else?
Thank you.
So do you guys want to go with that, or?
So tell us the cost again. Initial cost.
I've got it right here, Stacy.
Okay, go ahead.
Yep, so, if so I'll just kind of lay out the payment schedule for you guys. So if you guys were to move forward with this, upon the signing of a contract, you would be invoiced $1,000. And then your second payment wouldn't be due until we get you live. So that would be sometime in August, maybe late July, early August. But that second payment would be $38,110. And then the third payment would come upon the completion of your training. And our training is on site with you guys. And that third payment would be $23,275. But with our training program, it is billed for at the end, and it is billed for what you guys use. So that $23,275 is basically the do not exceed number. And I think with that $23,275, that is based on 19 days. So let's just say Stacy only uses 15. There's 4 days at 1,225 a day that you would be able to cut out there and see some savings.
And every year, what's that annual fee?
The annual fee every year would be $38,110.
This is annual fee. What's our current annual fee, Stacy?
About close to 16,000 currently. Plus, we have our parish maintenance that we have too.
And what's that?
Kyle, do you recall what that is? I have it up here somewhere, hold on.
The overall cost, I don't have in front of me. I did calculate the annual cost of keeping the server alone at $2,500 a year. That's the maintenance cost of the servers, not including any cost for replacing the server or anything like that. But I didn't have our total maintenance cost for all the computer support in front of me here.
Kyle and I spoke of possibly going to time and material versus yearly maintenance.
So when is the $38,000, $110 annual fee due? So would that be, so let's say we sign a contract, we go live in August, we don't pay it again until the next August, is that correct?
Correct, yes, so once we get you live, that will be your new renewal date, is your go live date.
So Stacy, since next year's budget's already done, we would overrun that by something like $16,000 from the maintenance perspective. How does that work?
I already figured this in.
Oh, well, good for you.
I knew it was coming, so I was figuring, so, that was that spreadsheet that I gave you guys, last month. Because it won't all come out of just one place.
Yeah.
It gets split among everywhere. It gets split between the general, the water, the sewer, the stormwater. So it's not just one big lump sum coming out of just one account.
Do we have an estimated cost savings for the auditors accessing and remoting? Do we know what that might be? Because that auditor fee is expensive every year. So
Yeah.
what-
Yeah, I don't have an estimate, that I could share with you guys. Ultimately, it's just gonna depend upon, how many days that auditor wants to come into the office. And ultimately, if you are using the system correctly, you hopefully could limit him to just one day in the office. But that'll just depend on how well you guys keep electronic records.
What's that? The server maintenance annual fee to parish is $2,500, is that all? And then how much is the server? When you replace it?
To replace the server, it would probably be, let's see, a comparable price of the server itself, and the labor to replace it, we're probably looking somewhere around the neighborhood of $10,000, give or take.
How often do we have to do that? Seems like,
Next time's 2027, right?
but then how often?
Yeah, it'll be in 2027. Usually, we plan for a lifespan of 6 to 8 years or so in the, for the server itself.
You guys have anything?
Sounds like it brings us into 20th century.
Yeah, it does. I would just like to see, and maybe we do it at the end of the year, just a comparison. How much do we actually save? I would like to know that. So if we go with this, and then what did we actually save by going to it, so we can see the actual offset amount, 'cause it's gonna cost us more, it's gonna cost us quite a bit more. So what's that add?
So you want the savings of like not printing and,
Yeah, so the total, because maybe it says it's not as increase in cost as what it looks like. So
you want that for next year?
Um,
Because we're not gonna know that this year.
that's right. So I mean, just like at the end of the year next year, if we start well, we have to start after.
Yeah, because if you guys were to approve it, because every time that it gets postponed, that's the later that we get in, because they got other people that is getting scheduled to go, so, if you sign now, it's gonna probably be August, right, Parker?
Yeah,
So then I'd only have from August to December as a savings.
All right, well, I'll make a motion that we go ahead and sign the contract and move forward with the software.
I'll say it.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
So Parker, what do you need from us?
From you, I will just, from here, I will need to get you a contract. And then once I get you that contract, you'll, it's sent through DocuSign. So you'll sign it, we'll send you the invoice, and then when you pay the invoice, that gets you in line.
Okay, are you okay with me signing that DocuSign? Yes. Okay. Thank you, guys.
Awesome. Yes, thank you. You guys have a great, new year.
You too.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, moving on, citizens' concerns, community pride,
I'll see you, man.
Bill Knapp, not here. Okay, unfinished business, we have an alley, being deeded over to the library, is that complete?
That is not complete. That has to be vacated, unfortunately.
Has to be what, did you say?
Vacated.
Oh,
I tried asking around and looking it up to see if there was a way to just deed it, but it's unfortunately something we have to vacate. But we vacated things before, so it shouldn't be a complex thing. It's just a lot of paperwork.
okay,
And the thing to that is, when you vacate something, it gets divided in half by the surrounding property owners.
Whoever the property owners are surrounding it, it's split equally among them. So it'd be the library and the jail.
so then the library will have to do paperwork to get that, well, actually.
Once we vacate it, it'll belong to both of them, and then they'll both be co-owners, and they can figure out from there how they want to
If
proceed.
the library then needs the other half, they'll have to survey that half and
Yes.
then needs
Yes.
the half over.
Okay. And then, the whole attachment license agreement from CenterPoint.
So we were talking about hanging lights. People questioning why we're not hanging the snowflakes. Well, you have to have this contract signed between the town and CenterPoint. And I sent this to you guys a while back as soon as I got it. And you have certain specs that you have to go by whenever you're hanging stuff on. You cannot hang it on their main poles. They have to be hung on street lights. And they have to be so tall and so far from the ground. And so just wanted everyone to see that this is why we haven't been able to do that. They don't allow it anymore. And they were very surprised that we have been doing that we have been hanging them on there. So I guess the locals, I told them that the guys that used to work here used to help us hang them. And so, but that's a City Hill days and not the CenterPoint. That's more commercial
So if we
now.
sign the contract, we can do it as long as we meet all the requirements. Is there some sort of metering fees?
He did not get into that. He just gave me this for us to review. So if you guys will review it and determine if that's something you want to do. Of course, we have until next November.
Right.
But it has to be in their hands before then. So if you want to review it and decide if that's something that you want to do, then we'll meet that then. So.
Yeah, we could take a look. My questions are gonna be obviously the metering fees, and then how does it work in terms of providing us an electrical hookup? And do we have to hire our own contractor to do that?
No, you're not allowed to touch their poles.
So if they will do it, what's the cost gonna be? You
Isn't that
know,
what he said?
There's a lot of what is in there.
yeah, if the old hookup's not safe, will they upgrade the hookup, on and on and on?
It's called a flag
Pole attachment license agreement for banner attachments.
banner, yeah, they're called banners. And so they really don't want you to put anything electrical on their poles.
Right.
But I told them what we had, so. And I don't
I
even
see
know,
the poles in Princeton are set up for it, but all the electrical hookup looks really new, and I don't know who paid for that.
And, you know, they have to,
Yeah, that's true, they have do, good point.
Okay, new business, parking on Vine Street, Carol, would you have something about that?
you know,
I would agree with that.
What is
one
it?
side of that is the,
I thought we made it that already.
No, it's no parking from Main Street, to the post office, entrance, and then after the mailbox, it's parking.
Um,
And it's nothing else.
It gets really bad on both sides.
Yeah.
I honestly, you should probably have no parking on that whole section on either side.
I went down it not too long ago.
People that live
They
there.
live in the houses, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
and
true.
that, I talked to that woman that lived with that. So, and, told her that, they talked, the town council talked about that before. You know, they said they had parking behind her, I said, "You park there." She said, "She's not got room to park."
She said she can't park back
She
there?
don't have enough room to park back there. You know what it was the other night, I couldn't.
So your recommendation is no parking on the mailbox side all the way from Main down to Church or
No.
whatever the one before Church is?
Elm.
Elm.
On the, mailbox sign,
The
mailbox
on the
sign.
south side of the road.
Yeah.
Do they park up here too? All the way to the church?
Did they come on this side of Main?
Yes, they do, they park in front of there.
Yeah, but there's more space there, so it's not a problem for Main on the south side?
It's not been a problem, yeah, that road's wider.
It's a little wider.
They're not in the road. You park down here, they're in the road on both
Yeah,
sides.
I agree.
You can't get through.
I agree.
And I also talked to Randy about Main Street right there in front of the building. So the sign there, because people park on the sidewalk.
Oh,
Both
really?
ways.
People are parking there too?
Both ways. You know, when it's stopped, it's something to do.
Yeah, we just shouldn't park on Main Street.
Well, no, no, something.
Well, you can't park on the sidewalk.
Yeah. Oh, really? You can't do that?
Isn't that a state law?
Yes.
State law.
A lot of them don't see those parking, little parking signs, because they park the wrong way.
I'll make motion to do the no parking on the south side all the way down from Main to, what do we say was down?
Okay, I'll second it. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
What about, so we'll have to do an ordinance.
Yeah.
So what about on Main?
That's already no parking on either side.
Oh,
So all they need to do is put sign.
so that sign say no parking on sidewalk either?
Or sidewalk. Or sidewalk.
If you get a couple tickets after you put the signs out, that should probably stop that.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't.
All we can do there's,
Take it in my bus.
So,
Ask ours to put a sign up that says, hey, if you're parked on the sidewalk, you're getting a ticket. Okay. The next thing is election of town council president for 2026.
I'm doing that now instead of next month
I
because
thought that was usually in June.
it just makes more sense to know who it's gonna be and when we're gonna have them, so I just kind of moved it to this, so we don't have to have somebody else opening up the meeting, and so, I think we did that the year, Bob was gone. He went to,
Oh, yeah, that's right. He was lollygagging in the tropics.
He skipped winter.
I know.
He was smart.
That was intelligent. All right, well, I nominate Scotty for president for town council next year. Do you have a nomination, Scotty?
He'd be a good one.
I think so too.
it's fine.
He says that's fine.
He's
Do you have a second over there, Bob?
He's going to stop you, but he's going to be a good one, in my opinion.
Yeah. So did you second that?
I'll second it.
Okay.
We'll have to change anything that you had as signatory of council president. It'll have to be changed over to Scotty.
Okay. So, yeah,
Congratulations.
whatever it takes. All right, so, we have a nomination. Scotty to be president on the floor. All those in favor say aye.
He's no.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thanks, Scotty.
All opposed? Oh, good, nobody opposes, that's good, that's
That's
good,
good.
thank you, Scotty.
Publicly, nobody did.
They're on the TV screen. Okay. Now, town attorney. I would like to nominate Ms. Sandra Hicks to be our town attorney for 2026 if she's willing. I am.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And then our town marshal, I would like to nominate Mr. Daryl Parker to be our town marshal for 2026 if he's willing.
Are you interested in that position?
Yeah.
Well, if he doesn't, I'll take it.
Stacy, you have time to go to the academy.
I'll
Won't be
second.
grandfathered in.
Yep, okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Sandy, you motioned and Scotty seconded?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right.
and then, the day, time, and place for our monthly meetings for 2026. Anybody have preferences?
I do.
Which is?
I'd like to go back to the third Wednesday of the month because it's taken me a week to get ready for this meeting. And then at the same time, I'm trying to get month end ready and it is a nightmare. So, and plus the fourth week, I'm going to be gone, probably 3 of those towards the end of the year. And, but it's mainly the work, the load that is on me to get everything done. And is there any way we could do 5 o'clock versus 6 o'clock?
Oh, I can't. 5:30 maybe, but not 4:30.
I just, I have my grandson now, so it would make life a little easier for me if I could get home before 8 o'clock, especially during school.
I'm gonna have trouble getting here on the Wednesday. Some months. February, the following. Would the second Wednesday of the month work for everyone? Does that give you time, Stacy? To get everything done? Seems like you wouldn't have all this stuff ready.
It would be cutting it close on bank statements. Just be lagging, by another month.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to do the third Wednesday. To be here consistently.
How many of those are you not gonna be able to do?
Well, for the first 6 months of the year, I know 3. I could join remotely. I can't make it back. Definitely won't be here February for sure.
How many can they do?
It's, there's a law, there is a law on that. I don't, off the top of my head, I don't know. I want to say 3. I want to say 3, yeah. Is there a different day of the month, like Thursdays, or is Wednesday the day that just works for everybody? I can make whatever work except, Tuesdays I have the agenda. And always go to town meeting.
Honestly, I like Thursdays better than Wednesdays.
So what are you thinking, the third Thursday? I would miss January's.
That's the only one?
I think so. Yeah, right now it looks like that would, okay, the third Thursday, except I would be here for January's. Well,
We, I was about 6 on it.
There won't be a whole lot on it anyway.
I couldn't even join it remotely.
I know, but there won't be, I mean, we're meeting now and then that's 3 weeks from now.
So you want to make it the third Thursday? And I won't be here in January.
Does that work for you guys?
You guys okay with that? Third Thursday of the month instead? Change it up at 5:30? Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay,
I need a motion and a second for
I'll
that.
make a motion to change the town council meetings to the third Thursday of the month at 5:30 PM here.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. All right, next thing is employee evaluations.
We're looking to set a date.
Yeah. Yeah, so last time we did Daryl and Brady and they did their, right?
Yes.
I'm okay with doing that again, and then giving your feedback to what your feedback. You do need to have an update though on the search.
No,
It's on here.
Okay, okay, just haven't turned the page yet. Okay, yeah, so when do we want to do that, guys, when it's a good time? This
As
is,
an executive session.
yeah. You want to try next week? All right, what about next Wednesday, the 7th? After
We were
5,
discussing evaluations.
yeah?
Yeah. You said Wednesday the 7th?
Mhm.
That should work.
So, 5:30? Does that work? Or need to make it later?
Honestly, so we're not doing it next time.
Yeah, that's
Another
fine.
Thursday.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
From when?
Thursday, the 8th? So what time?
Anytime. That's fine, it's fine.
Okay, can we do 5 o'clock and 5:30? So one of you 5 o'clock and one 5:30, can you guys accommodate that?
see, it's the 8th.
Yeah, on January the 8th? Doesn't matter which, us, which one of you is first, if you tell us.
And we'll flip one,
Okay,
somebody here at 30.
is that okay with you guys?
5 and 5:30.
Yes,
Yeah.
somebody here at 30. That's all right.
What was the time?
Thursday, January the
5
8th
and 5:30, Thursday, the 8th.
Where?
at Town Hall.
I need a motion and a second for that.
Okay, I make a motion that we do employee evaluations on Thursday, January the 8th, 5, starting at 5 o'clock at Town Hall.
I second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. All right, we have ordinance 2025-6, the cross connection ordinance and amending ordinance 2007-2. Were you all able to review this?
I will.
Make a motion that we approve.
A second.
All those in favor say aye.
All right.
And then ordinance 2025-7 is the 2026 salary ordinance for a possible 3% increase. It's not definitive. We have a 5% increase for new certifications plus a $2,500 stipend certification for new water operators and $3,000 stipend for new sewer operators certification.
I made 2 of these. because I didn't know which one you guys want me to do. I sent you two. To where if I needed to change that to the 1910 or the 1947.
So it was the,
Yeah, so you have to decide how you want
To be clear, that's a little ambiguous. It's 2,500 per water stipend. 3,000 for the sewer.
so I thought we were doing this possible to 1947.
Yeah, I didn't know, so I made one for each.
So
I wasn't clear on it.
I make a motion that we do this
Okay.
to 1947.
It is per, right?
Yeah,
Per each.
for each water.
So do you guys have any other thoughts? I need a second.
What's the
for this one.
1947?
So it's just the maximum for the water and sewer.
That's what I sent you, and you said
Oh,
that's,
yeah,
you thought that was the only way to
Yeah,
make it
that's right.
clear.
I got it.
Yeah, so I thought we were going with that. So, need a second. I made a
Yeah,
motion.
I'll second.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
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 Do we have that cross connection ordinance? I don't know.
Okay. That's the one with her notes on it.
And then this one.
Oh,
Okay, resolution 2025-8, it covers the 2025 funds so that we can pay open invoices from 2025 into 2026. Is that okay? I make a motion that we approve these.
and the POs are behind them if you wanted to look at any of them.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
This is the one we did, we mark on it.
Yeah, you did the great big one.
Okay, do we have any property complaints? No. Okay.
Do we have any other citizens' concerns that need to be, anybody need to come up for anything?
Okay. Department head reports, town manager. Randy, do you have a thing about the bathrooms, the park?
No, I did not get it told. Instead of looking at maybe investing in the new sewer line, maybe looking at putting money into Shepherd House 3 instead. With no installation in that thing, you're wasting money as far as heating and cooling. You know, it's just a block building, so you're not really maintaining what you want to do. So we might swing into doing something in there, revamp the kitchen, make it a little bit more desirable. And we'll just see what we can do since we've installed a clean out. Maybe we have a better turnout this year with the rocks.
Okay. What about bucket truck, did you find one?
No, I was kind of waiting to see what we decided, what we was gonna do with hanging lights on the pole. Because if we're not going to be able to do that or not going to do that, we won't need a bucket truck that's necessarily rated to be around power lines. We would just need something to be in the park to trim the trees and whatnot. So that would kind of determine, you know, the size of boom you need and the rating.
So what do you guys think?
I feel like we go ahead and look at one for one that's power rated, just in case we have to be near power lines with limb stuff.
I agree. Okay, anything else, Randy?
And do you have anything on there about a sewer?
In the sewer department area?
It is.
We have.
It is on here, not under you, it's under,
Sewer. There's.
it's on there.
Okay, I think we should.
Okay. All right, Daryl, no applicants for the job yet, it's okay. And comp time extension, since you're the only officer working. So you're requesting to carry it over into next year? I'm okay with that, what do you guys think?
Yeah,
They all get carried into January 31st, all their comp time. But he's the only one working and he's not able, he's lucky to get his regular holiday, personal and vacation time in, so.
Yeah, so, I mean, I'm okay with extending it until we find somebody. What do you guys think?
I agree with that.
All right. Okay, I make a motion that we extend Daryl's comp time until the new officer is found.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
The Strain Street water tank, what's the update?
Could not complete the inspection. There's a faulty pass-through tube, so they're going to have to repair that before they can actually do the inspection inside the wall. Hopefully they get back with us within 6 months.
A faulty what?
Pass-through tube?
Is that the right terminology, Fred?
That's basically what it is. You're going up through the tank itself to access the hatch into the actual tank. So part of that, they don't feel it's safe enough to go through to do whatever. They closed the hatch at the top, but didn't want to take any equipment up through it.
So they fixed the ladder to get to the tube, and now the tube's dangerous?
Yeah,
And then the ladder up the top, not good either?
they replaced all of the ladder.
Oh, okay.
So they have access to that point, but I guess they don't want to go past that point with any equipment they would use to get into to do the actual inside tank, inspection itself.
Okay.
Okay, the next thing's Pat Treader. What's that about? You're on our list. Did you have?
Did you have a water
Randy, you wanna
concern?
tell her?
Yeah, I'm Pat Trevor.
Go ahead, Pat, go ahead and we'll.
Last week, we had a water leak in front of my apartment building. And I called the town and they came out and repaired it. When they repaired it, that was fine, but my apartment had no water. So that was the day before Christmas Eve. All right, I'm trying to get a plumber, which I did. And I was telling Randy, they came and fixed it temporarily, evidently, because on Christmas Day, again, the upstairs apartments had just a trickle of water coming out of their kitchen sink and their bathroom. Okay, so I was out $277. Then I was out $440. And then I was out $180 because the faucets had to be replaced. They couldn't clean the aerators out. So in doing that, that was not my problem. That was the town's problem because, well, the mud was terrific that went when they cleaned it up. So the boys can vouch for that. And I feel like I should be reimbursed for that expense because it really wasn't my expense. It was the town's expense. Do you agree, Randy?
I'd have to say so.
Okay, let's back up. Where is your apartments?
I can't.
Where are the apartments?
On
Right across
Prairie
the
Street.
Across the street here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're right across the street and directly behind where you repaired. Now, they've got the cones up and I understand you're going to pour the concrete maybe in the spring or summer, whenever the weather breaks.
What was the problem, Randy?
Just a water leak, and I'm assuming as we was repairing the water leak, we just got excess mud into the line. And we even flushed, took the meter out and flushed from where the leak was to the set.
Now, the apartment building is right next to Tulip Tree. And my theory to that is, if I hadn't called and reported it, y'all could have had a lawsuit because there's a tremendous amount of people that come to there on walkers and on canes and have a limp. So I feel like I did the city a favor.
Do you have your receipts for all your plumber work? Oh, they're right here, sorry.
So the total is $830.74 to add up those three.
We have all the receipts, but my one for Menards. If I need that, what has happened, I left it in the sack when the plumber was there, and I don't know where it's at now, it's thrown away. So I will get another receipt up at Menards if that's what it takes to do that. But I'd like to be reimbursed for both the plumbing expenses And I will say, if that is a problem with the town, I don't mind taking it out on credit through my water and sewer line. I'd like to be reimbursed, but I'm willing to cooperate.
Pat, I don't know what they're gonna decide to do, but if they do decide to do that, we will need a copy of that, receipt from Menards. Because without it, it's due to auditor's reasons.
Right.
They could say that I gave you $113 and you turned around and gave that back to me. So it's just a cover my butt situation.
Right. Well,
So,
like I was told Randy, I didn't have that amount charged on my card because at the time I didn't realize I was going to have to do this. And I used 4 of my rebates. So, but I will get that receipt from Menards.
you can get it from the kiosk up front.
At what?
Yeah, she used a card. You used a card at Menards, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
She used some rebates, but she put the rest on a card. Is that what I'm understanding?
I put it on my credit card.
Yeah,
Oh, then yeah, you can get the receipt.
you put your card in that little kiosk machine up front and it spits out everything you've ever bought there and you can print out the receipts. It's really nifty.
And I was running late today. I had another appointment, so I will get that to you whenever you need it. But I just want to get some of this settled now.
All right, well, I make a motion that we refund her $830.74.
I second it.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Refund me what?
A total of $830.74.
Okay.
But you'll need to get that Menards receipt. That's what your total.
That's your total of your receipts here.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Okay, and then contracted employment for new operators in the water department.
I don't know if that's something that you want to look over and do whatever you're gonna
These contracts.
Yeah.
I was confused for a second. Yeah, we do need to do this. He's being paid. So this discusses compensation for our operators and how we pay for the training. But then there's a no compete clause that we would want our operators to sign prior to an increase in getting paid.
Those were the ones that were, that they used. Jim McDonald drew those up.
The same one we've used in the past.
Yeah.
So I make a motion that we ask our new operators to sign these contracts.
What's the length of time, or do we get to pencil that in?
It's 1 year
1 year
after termination.
on the on the not to compete?
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Do we not need to sign these, do we?
You'll do that whenever you talk to them.
So we are planning to talk,
Randy will talk to him.
Randy will talk to them. Right?
Yeah, he's been there.
We'll do the, yeah, when we do the reviews, I'll have to sign. I have to make sure that, this is gonna have to change anyway, because Scotty, you will have to sign it,
Okay,
so, you might have to get called into those.
that's fine.
So,
Okay. Okay, sewer department training for wastewater treatment plant, Brian Will. We approved it in November meeting. What's this? We already approved it? What's the?
Yeah, they're gonna be doing that, they're gonna be starting that
The eighth,
the 8th.
the eighth, at 9 o'clock.
Okay, so it's just notifying us of the training.
Thanks for putting that together.
Okay, and then training for wastewater certifications, wastewater operations LLC quote. $2,080. Hopstock will split the cost, but the training will be in Fort Branch Conference Room. So is this 2,000 our cost or the total cost?
That's the total cost, half of that would be yours.
Okay. This is just notification, because we already approved this.
No, you didn't.
No, that's a new, and I just got that taken care
Oh,
of
for
2 weeks
wastewater.
ago. This will be the certification for our wastewater.
This is it.
Dwayne Johnson will be the instructor.
This is.
The rock.
They're out, yeah. We're not wrestling.
We have 6 4-hour on-site training sessions
Yep.
to prepare for the exam. He's gonna drive 4 hours, 6 trips to and from Fort Ridge.
So our half is gonna be the 1,040, and half's that will pay the other half.
Doesn't do it.
No,
Oh, that's Roger. Sorry.
Okay, I make a motion that we approve this.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Training begins Wednesday the 7th.
Okay. All right, and then we have a quote from Calvert for the wall of the sewer plant. What's going on here?
In the last 3 or 4 years, we have been burning up air conditioners out there because we generate so much heat on the second floor with the blowers. So we just installed a new one this summer. In theory, if we build a wall up by the steps, we can funnel that air up into the attic and let the vents take it out, plus what we're circulating through the big fans, and not get that top area hot where all the electronics are. It's, how hot air does, it rises. But once it gets to the top of the steps, it just covers that whole floor. So if we can channel it, get this up to the ceiling, we should be good, be able to maintain it.
So this is where you walk in and the steps are right there.
Yes. Instead of having a swinging door, we'll have a roll-up door. That way someone is not getting a door slammed into them if they're ever in and out or on the steps. So the door will roll up and you'll be able to walk in. And still be able to go down there with tools or whatever to maintain pumps, blowers.
was that door included on that?
Yes.
It says so, yeah, allowance for, they allow $1,800 for that door. So it could be less, I guess, maybe.
I don't remember really drawing a thought like it, what it said, but I thought it included the roll-up
It
door.
does.
It says
It
allowance.
says allowance like,
Like it's, like, that's the most.
that's the max. Yeah. Caliber feels like this is going to extend the life of our air conditioners, or the HVAC guy said if we made this modification, it would extend the life, or?
Jimmy was the one that's mentioned it, and when we brought in Perfection to install the air conditioner, we did make some changes in the ductwork. He said, try that first, and if that doesn't do it, then maybe try the wall. Because right now, once it rolls up, it can't escape the building, because the ventilation is drawing from the top through the second floor and out. But once it gets to the top floor, you're never going to beat that heat down. It's just hot.
What do you think?
I make a motion that we try it.
A second.
All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, the next thing is Chris Campbell, sewer tech.
Chris?
I'm gonna bring up the best map I've got, kind of. These are problems that he was having. I'm gonna split this last here. He lives on the corner of Vine and Hall.
Yeah.
He has a collapsed lateral, and when he had a plumbing group come in here, they pinged it to trace it, and it's coming underneath the neighbor's patio in this area. So our maps are showing that we should have a line through here, a main of some sort. So if you go to his neighbors, he has a clean out down here in that ditch, whatever you want to call it, a ditch. So when they televised that with their push cam, they went 100 feet towards Treasure. So it's putting it in here. So that line does not exist somewhere in this area. So we asked engineering, because this line here was slip line, and they counted 4 openings. And that's the number of houses there, or three openings. So there's a lateral.
So you're saying this, that's where we talk about the problem ditch all the time. It's actually supposed to be under that ditch?
For whatever reason, it's what's on our map. Now, it could have been, you know, when that was developed, proposed to do it that way, and we put it on our maps, and it never was, I don't know. Or we just speculated, or engineering speculated, I don't know.
Yeah,
We thought that was.
that's where we need a real ditch, but that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah.
So,
So there's a sewer line runs through there too. And you're telling me
Maybe,
it's
maybe, maybe
not.
not. I just highly
What?
doubt it.
we can't find it with what we've had televised.
So where does his sewer line
Where's he
go?
at?
But he's going to these neighbors, and then the neighbors, once they televise, it's going this way.
Where does it? It only goes so far?
No, it goes all the way to Treasure.
It goes here to
All the
here,
way to Treasure.
underneath here?
Well, it probably zigs and zags and who
They're
knows
all
what
like
else.
that.
Or this one here is connected to that one's connected to that one. We don't know, I mean, you don't know until you dig. It's purely speculation unless you want to spend a couple of days down there dye testing and televising, whatever. So the proposed idea to do is run him a new lateral and reconnect to where,
If there's something there.
well, he's going to connect to this guy's lateral. He's going to piggyback again.
Do we have an ordinance against that?
So he's on a corner.
Yes.
Is there not one over here?
In order to do that, he's going to have to put in a forced main system because of the elevation. This main's only about 3 foot deep, maybe, and he's lower than the road.
Yeah.
So he's going to have to push it up. The cost effectiveness of just replumbing, making an attachment to what was already happening. I mean, we can't reinvent the wheel, or we'd have to do the whole
Right.
segment.
What do you recommend?
You guys
I
are looking
give
to
him-
recommend a piggyback on the closest piggyback point.
He's going to attach right back to the same house he was attached to.
Yeah.
I mean, if that line is there, because they even excavated to, I don't know what depth, they had a little mini back there and they never found it. So that line does not go,
It was a ditch. It was a swell anyway, that's filled up, and some people have put tile in it and some people haven't. And I just can't imagine. So-
Some of that was privately laid before, so
Yeah.
customers did their own.
It's
It
water
wasn't-
drainage,
It
too.
wasn't the town that did that.
No.
yeah.
It was privately
They're all
laid.
service laterals that were added on to different times, different points.
Yeah.
I wish we had a drainage easement through there. But anyway,
Well, when the plumber called me, I met with 2 different ones, and they told me where they was at. That whole quarter of the town it's just a mess.
I should have stayed and we could have cussed her about her dad doing
Yeah.
that. Whatever. Or her husband's, yeah.
But that's what I would recommend, unless we were to install a line and unconnect all these houses. I mean, you're talking
We
about
gotta
investment.
let him put it back up.
And he's at least gonna have a connection to where he'll be able to maintain at least over here in this ditch line. That's the problem with piggybacking, is somebody's gonna have to accept that line to there and wherever it goes in here. Because we also looked into the video and the openings match the exact houses.
So we really don't know where it goes.
Oh, I'd say it goes in the back of that one, and then that one catches it here. Now, I'm just saying, like I said, unless you spend days and you dye test it and you televise it, you don't know. And we're definitely not gonna go in there and dig up somebody's yard.
Do we have an easement through here?
No,
That's a problem. I wish we did.
we haven't had nothing there.
He's gonna have to get something from his neighbor to be able to do that.
I think.
I got approval from my neighbor.
I mean,
Yes.
yeah, we can't really make them. put a
No,
force main
I mean, that's
system.
how it was working.
Yeah.
And there's no sewer there. I'd be willing to bet you lunch, there's nothing.
Because this would be a blind, which is no big deal, because there's no manhole there. We've got that in many places.
The water is there from, supposed to catch all
Well,
that.
that line is just thrown in there somehow.
Yeah.
It could be up here in these guys' backyards. I don't know. It could be up here in these their yards or barns. Don't know. I honestly don't know.
So what's the easiest thing to satisfy this?
Let him reattach to where we supposedly think he is eventually winding up. Because if you follow where they painted it underneath this patio, the other clean out for the neighbors is right there, within a couple of feet.
Okay.
So you gotta assume it's going there.
Okay.
I mean, you just have to.
So what do we need to do to allow him to do that?
I say just tell him, go ahead and reattach. If he's got permission from his neighbor,
I do have permission.
reattach.
You're gonna have to motion in second, because we have an ordinance against that.
You do, you have to motion in second because there is an ordinance, but if that's the only solution, the best solution, then, I mean, we have it on record here, so.
So since there is an ordinance in place, this was developed way before, I'm assuming, I couldn't find the ordinance when it was.
It
Put it
would
in.
probably be grandfathered in, you know what I mean, but it would
Yeah.
just make the record better if they just motion in second to allow them to do it, based on your professional experience and
Leave that part
expertise, you know?
Because it's really, you don't know until you actually dig, but you just have to assume. And I know what assume means. But
If that's the only connection going to Chris's property and it broke, I'll make a motion, we put it back the way, as close to the way it was as we can.
sure, and it'd be a good connection, because I'm assuming this is Orangeburg, it's gonna fail anyway, and it did.
Yeah.
I'll second it.
Yeah.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. All right, did you have anything else for sewer, Randy?
Don't think so.
Okay. Stacy?
We have an anthem quote for insurance. I sent this all to you guys when they sent it to me. They had 3 different quotes. Anthem silver for $19,584.77. Anthem gold health sync for $29,1253, and United Healthcare for $27,714.36. Susan at the Bartle Agency said that the middle one, the Anthem Gold Health Sync, was probably the better one. So I just need a motion and second to go with that Anthem insurance quote in the amount of $20,912.53. And IU Med went out of business, so.
You had already budgeted in potential increase anyway.
25%, actually a 30% increase, because we didn't know what was gonna happen.
A lot more. Budgeted a lot more.
Yes.
I'm sure it's we
I
had.
make a motion, we go with Anthem.
I will second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And then we have the 2026 HSAs for $7,000, which is the out-of-pocket max for, and that's up from $400 last year.
It's up, it was 66.
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right, I make a motion that we increase HSA to 7,000.
I second it.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, and then the clerk treasurer's bond.
And then I have a bond that I need your signatures on, so I can take it to the courthouse and file it.
I make a motion that we approve the clerk treasurer's bond.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Is that to get out of jail, or is that a different kind of bond?
No, a different kind of bond.
I feel like going out.
If I go to jail, just leave me in there. I got a lot going.
Okay, and then
And
we
then-
have the expense report.
Yeah.
I make a motion that we approve Stacy's expense report.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Do I sign this, Stacy?
Yep.
Up here?
Yeah. Okay, and then,
You did have something else?
no, I don't have anything else, but Scotty.
I got a question, Sandra. On this alley deeded to the library, what did we decide on that?
You have to vacate
You have to
it, so you
vacate
need different paperwork.
So when it's vacated, one side gets half of it and the other side gets half of it. So they may want to work out where they have to go back after the vacation part and deed over the half that the gym got to the library. Because the library wanted it all because they're the ones that have a little bit of money and the gym has none. Yeah.
Well, the gym needs to have enough for their sidewalks is what they need to do.
All right. Understand?
But okay, I'm clear with that. I just didn't hear exactly what.
Yep, you bet.
Sorry.
Scotty has something about the redevelopment.
Oh, yeah, one last thing, this is for you guys. With the potential implementation of a new TIF as a result of the battery plant, Jessica with the township down here, is looking at doing a letter requesting that, there's some Union Township representation on a new TIF board when the new TIF board's elected, specifically because the battery plant sits in Union, and there's anticipation that the new TIF will also be, once again, at the Patoka Union TIF. So that said, would we be interested in putting our names on that letter that we also support the idea that the redevelopment commission has a Union Township representative on it?
Absolutely.
I agree.
I agree. I would also suggest that Jessica looks to get the library signatures on that as well. But do we need to make any kind of motion or anything that we want to co-sign that document?
Yes. Is that just the letter, or is it gonna be a formal remonstrance?
Great question. Right now, I think it's just a letter.
Okay, yeah, but you still should probably motion in second.
Okay. I'll make a motion that the Town of Fort Branch Council supports Union Township trustee and their letter to the county council regarding the redevelopment commission.
I'll second it. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay,
Thank you, Scott.
all right. Is there anything?
I don't have
Is
Is there anything that we
We're
missed?
just so lucky. I'm serious.
The next meeting will be January the 15th at 5:30 here. 5:30.
Yeah, it's on the third.
All right. I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Meeting's adjourned at 2:27.
Okay, on the 15th, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Change
How you doing, bud?
Hey, if anybody wanted to talk to anybody from Centerpoint, I have this Michael cell phone number and his name is Michael Bloom, or I don't know. But it's michael.blun@centerpointenergy.com. And then there's also a bartley.arnold@centerpointenergy.com. If you want to take a picture of it, if anybody wants to talk to them personally, that's Bartley's phone number. So just take it.
Well, Sandra, you've done a really good job now.
Thank you.
Can you turn that off? Can you shut that one off?
It'll be hard to follow.
Sure.
Oh, I think so.